Have you ever felt like no matter how good your intentions are, people still misunderstand you? Like you're trying to offer kindness, yet they see manipulation. You're giving love, but they suspect you have an agenda. Your pure heart feels like a curse in a world that's constantly judging. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Chosen Being. If you're here today, I know this topic is going to speak straight to your heart. Because when you're someone who genuinely means well, when your soul is pure, it can be deeply painful to realize that others don't see you clearly. They don't see your heart. They see their fears, their past wounds, their own insecurities, and they project all of that onto you. Today, I want to talk about why people misjudge pure souls, how I've experienced this in my own life, and most importantly, how to protect your heart without closing it off. I'm going to share a personal journey, some deep truths you might not have realized, and a bonus tip at the end of this video that I think will change the way you see yourself forever. So stay with me till the end, and if at any point you feel like yes, this is me, drop a comment below and share your experience. I read every single one. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these heart-to-heart conversations. I've always been the kind of person who genuinely cares. Even as a child, I remember noticing when someone was sad, even if they didn't say a word. If a friend in school looked upset, I would be the first to ask, "Are you okay?" Sometimes, they would smile and open up, but other times, they would push me away or even accuse me of being nosy. It hurt. Because my intention was never to interfere, it was to help. Fast forward to adulthood, and I realized the pattern hadn't changed. As an adult, I would go out of my way to support people, offering my time, listening to their problems, sometimes even putting their needs above my own. And yet, there were moments where instead of gratitude, I received suspicion or even gossip behind my back. One time, I helped a coworker prepare for an important presentation. I stayed late, shared ideas, even made notes for them. A week later, I overheard them telling someone that I only helped because I wanted to make them look bad in comparison. That broke me. Not because of the accusation itself, but because it made me realize how easily people can misinterpret even the purest intentions. And maybe you've been there too. Maybe you've been the friend who always shows up, only to be told you're too much. Maybe you've been the partner who gives endlessly, only to be accused of wanting control. Or maybe you've been the family member who's always there in a crisis, yet somehow gets blamed when things go wrong. The truth is, people will misjudge you when your heart is pure, not because there's something wrong with you, but because there's something unhealed in them. I want you to understand something deeply here. When someone cannot see your heart, it's often because their own heart has been hurt too many times. Imagine looking at the world through cracked glass, everything you see is distorted. If they've been betrayed, they will suspect betrayal everywhere. If they've been used, they will assume everyone is using them. And your pure energy feels unfamiliar to them, almost too good to be true. This is why I no longer take it personally when someone misjudges me. Does it still hurt? Yes. But I remind myself, they're not seeing me. They're seeing through the lens of their pain. I remember another moment in my life that really taught me this lesson. I was helping someone in my community who was going through a rough financial patch. I quietly sent them some money, no strings attached. Months later, I found out they had told others that I did it to buy their loyalty. At first, I was devastated. I thought, why should I even bother helping anyone again? But over time, I realized that their comment wasn't about me, it was about their own mistrust of people. If you've been misunderstood like this, I want you to pause right now and breathe. It's not your job to convince everyone of your purity. Your job is to stay true to your heart. And if this is resonating so far, take a second to hit the subscribe button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Because there are so many of us walking around with the same wounds, and we need to know we're not alone. Here's something I wish someone had told me earlier. The more light you carry, the more it will trigger the shadows in others. Your kindness, your openness, your love, it will be healing to some, but it will be threatening to others. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're shining a light on what they've been trying to hide. Think about it, if someone is hiding in the dark and you suddenly shine a bright light, they might cover their eyes and get angry. Not because the light is bad, but because they're not ready to see. This is why boundaries are so important. A pure soul without boundaries becomes an easy target. And I learned this the hard way. For years, I thought having a pure heart meant giving endlessly, forgiving endlessly, tolerating endlessly. But that's not purity, that's self-neglect. Now, when I feel someone misjudging me or taking advantage, I step back. Not in anger, but in self-respect. I can love someone from a distance. I can pray for them without letting them drain me. That's the kind of wisdom that keeps your heart pure without letting it get crushed. I also want to share something personal that shifted my whole perspective. There was a period where I felt deeply alone. People I had trusted suddenly pulled away, some even turning against me. I spent months questioning myself, am I too much? Am I doing something wrong? But during a quiet meditation, I felt a deep message in my spirit. Your heart is seen. Even when others can't see it, I see it. And I knew it was God reminding me that the opinion of others will never define the truth of who I am. So if you're going through something like this right now, let me be that reminder for you. You are seen, you are known, and your heart's purity is not wasted, even if the world misunderstands it. Before we wrap up, I promised you a bonus tip, and here it is. If you want to protect your pure heart and stop feeling so drained by being misunderstood, practice intentional silence. You don't need to explain your every action, defend your every choice, or prove your worth to anyone. The more you explain, the more you give people room to twist your words. Let your actions speak, and trust that those meant for you will see your heart without you having to convince them. If this message touched you today, let me know in the comments. I read them all, and I love hearing your stories. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe so we can keep growing this community of souls who understand each other in ways the world sometimes doesn't. You have a pure heart, and that is your gift, never your weakness. I'll see you in the next video, beautiful soul. Until then, take care of your light.